Over the summer, I completed a 2-week work placement at a public relations and event management company called Eden Can in London. Eden Can is made up of 2 teams. Team Ede is managed by the creative director Nick Ede, and they plan, arrange and organise different prestigious events. In the past 6 months, they have launched the highly anticipated luxury venue Ocean Beach Club Ibiza, as well as Team Fulford oversees the different PR campaigns for a range of different clients, including Every Woman's Saviour Spanx, as well as Lipsy London and Sony Ericsson. Eden Can prides itself on being expert noisemakers and has a high reputation within the media industry, with Eva Longoria personally choosing Eden Can to run the London benefit of her Gala Foundation. So how did I get the work placement? Well, I have to admit that I struggled to begin with to secure a work placement. In the first couple of weeks, I had contacted a lot of different companies within the media industry, including the likes of Sky and the BBC. I learned that if you want to secure work placements with these sorts of firms, you need to apply up to a year in advance, highlighting to me straight away that planning ahead and organisation is key when securing work placements. After a lot of dead ends, I secured my work experience through Twitter, and after contacting Eden Can to see if they had any positions, they got back to me instantly and I completed my work experience placement at the beginning of September. So while at Eden Can, I did a range of activities that really challenged me, and I was also given a lot of responsibility. While at Eden Can, I got to do a range of different things, which enabled me to have a true experience of a job in the media sector. During my time at Eden Can, I was positioned at the reception desk, so one of my key responsibilities was to greet clients and guests as they arrived, and also sign for parcels as well as answer the phones. This I found quite daunting, as it was down to me to make a good first impression of the company to the clients and guests. I was also given the opportunity to work independently, and on my first day, InStyle magazine were shooting their December cover with Jessie J, and I'd requested samples from Spanx, so I had to then select items that I thought matched the brief and send them on to the intended destination. Completing tasks like this and being able to have the freedom to show my capability has definitely improved my self-reliance skills and made me more confident. I also got the chance to write Nick Ede's fashion column for MSN Online. The online column, entitled Hit and Miss, gives a short but to the point commentary on a selection of celebrities' choice of outfit. Although I only had to write a few sentences for each celebrity, I have to admit I found it quite hard to write so concisely and not to just waffle on. One of my most important jobs that I had to undertake on a day-to-day basis was to go through the daily papers and magazines to check to see if there was any coverage on any of Eden Can's clients. This is vital in public relations, as the press is what keeps clients current and in the public eye. Undertaking these activities have enabled me to develop a lot of skills, and from my work experience placement, I have definitely learnt how to meet deadlines. In Can, I would be given 3 or 4 tasks to do at once, and sometimes they would have to be done within the hour. This I found the hardest because it involves a lot of pressure. If they're not completed, it can cause consequences on the company, so I had to make sure that I knew what was expected of me. I've also learned how to work more independently. Although you work as part of a team at Eden Can, everybody has their own jobs to do. There isn't time for them to keep helping you, so for the most part you have to get on with it yourself. This, I believe, has definitely developed my self-reliance skills, and I feel more confident. Throughout my time at Eden Can, I worked with the social media analyst Sarah. Sarah did a 2-week placement herself at Eden Can the year before, and 6 months later had secured a full-time job, thus highlighting to me how significant internships can be. For me, the benefits from undertaking my work experience have been invaluable, and it has enabled me to get my foot in the door of the media sector. It has provided me with the opportunity to start a network of contacts that will hopefully help. What is most significant about the internship I undertook is that it has given me a first-hand perspective on a job in public relations, giving me the insight on how much time is spent at a desk to how much time is spent practically. In this case, 70% of the job is working from a computer. I feel that I now have a clearer picture of where I want to go in the future. Completing this work placement definitely changed my view on internships for the better. I thought that internships were only about making cups of tea and running errands. And while I did all those things during my 2 weeks, it was made clear for the most part how much I was valued. But there were a few occasions that showed me that you have to be careful not to be taken advantage of. There were times when I was asked to stay later than the agreed time, and while normally this wouldn't be a problem if I lived close by, but being a 2-hour train journey from home and being asked to stay till 10 p.m. at short notice without the security of being able to get home did make me feel at times that they didn't care about my safety. The one thing I will have to think about in the future if I ever succeed in getting a creative job in London is the commute. Am I willing to travel in early every morning? Due to the fact that Eden Can is a small company, when compared with the core agencies in the PR world, they use interns to shed some of their overheads. They can give someone a work placement where they gain experience and knowledge in the media world, and in return, interns can relieve overwork. Interns play a growing role in the media sector because they can bring in new ideas and perspectives, as well as cutting down on recruitment. Relations is a very hierarchical industry, and with Eden Can hierarchies were split into 3. Senior management roles, medium management roles and lower management roles. Eden Can's organisational structure was very much decentralised as the decision making was spread out to include lower level managers. The reason for this structure, I believe, is because of the small size of the company. It was very much a matrix structure. There wasn't necessarily an employee to fill every job role. Different people had to work across different departments, and therefore lower managers in the firm had to do the same jobs that people above them are doing. Now this could be seen as a benefit because it enables people in a lower division to progress, or it could be seen as a negative due to the fact that lower level managers were carrying out duties that were more advanced than their wage band. While stereotypically in the creative sector, males normally secure the senior management roles, at Eden Can this was not the case. 2 of the 4 senior jobs at the company were occupied by women, conveying to me that in this case a glass ceiling doesn't exist within all areas of the media industry, and conveys a liberal feminist point of view that men and women are rational individuals that are capable of completing jobs on an equal footing. It also highlights that gender equality can be attained in the media sector, and therefore challenging the notion that women are more suited to the domestic sphere. Another thing that was clear to see was that age wasn't a negative factor in the job role, and that older women hold the senior roles and hadn't been replaced. Overall, the management style at Eden Can was quite authoritative, but I never felt that any of the team were unapproachable and was never made to feel like I was beneath anyone. As an intern, I was treated like a paid member of the team. Therefore, they had the same expectations of me that they did of anyone on the team. So, for example, if they gave you a deadline, they expected it to be done. Being on work experience where you may be new to all this wasn't an experience. I've been toying with whether I want to go into PR or whether I want to go into advertising. On reflection, I don't think public relations is for me, as I'm not sure I'm suited to such a fast-paced environment. My next step is to secure a work placement within advertising to see if I could be suited to a job within that industry. Meeting people though in the PR industry has enabled me to ask a lot of questions and has given me a better perspective. I've been introduced to the many positions that are available within the media industry, and I now feel I have better knowledge of how to work my way up the ladder. Most importantly, I feel that I have already started my journey to the job that I want to secure. This work experience placement has also enabled me to start building a network of contacts. This is going to become of great benefit, I hope, when I leave university and start to look to find a job. I also believe that undertaking this work placement, and hopefully a few more in the future, will help me to gain an edge on the competition in this particular sector.